الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم بك نحيا وبك نموت وإليك المصير. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
This Azan is sponsored by UK Islamic Mission, serving humanity since 1962.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Indeed, this is Salam Radio, and welcome live to Community Matters, the radio show for all communities across Peterborough and beyond, with me, Adrian Holdstock. Community Matters asks questions that matter to our community life. As always, there are many topics and issues to discuss, and we have some fascinating topics to learn about tonight, with great guests joining me in the studio. I have two guests here to start with. They're Nicole and Sonia from Soul Happy. Welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting us.
You're most welcome. Now, but what is Soul Happy?
Would you like to?
Yeah, so Soul Happy is a wellbeing centre in Peterborough, and it's a place where we're creating a wellbeing movement. So we have a range of different therapies, workshops, events. People just coming together to help empower other people for their ultimate well-being.
And you have a vision about this concept of Soul Happy.
Yeah, so the whole idea is that it's a not-for-profit organisation, and we actually have two locations. We have the Wellbeing Centre and we have a shop down on Westgate, which has been open, I think, for about 9 months now, isn't it? Yeah. And the vision is that we can really help people with sustainable living in all areas of their life. So, you know, with their health, with their family, with their relationships, and really, like this radio station, multi-faith. So, you know, it's not really one religion. It's inviting all people from all walks of life to come with us on a journey.
Oh, gosh, right. So you've got a shop on Westgate. Where's that on Westgate?
It's 13 Westgate, and how I remember it is going to Queensgate, get to Hotel Chocolat, turn left or right, and that takes you into Westgate. Don't know why I remember that one.
And the Wellbeing Centre itself, where's that?
That's 18 Cowgate.
Okay.
So, yeah, so both quite central. They're within 2-3 minutes walk of one another.
Sure. What would I find if I came to that Wellbeing Centre?
Well, you would find quite a lot. The Wellbeing Centre, we have 3 treatment rooms and we have a workshop room. And so I think pretty much every day of the week there is different treatments going on, one-to-one treatments, appointments. So that could be anything from counselling to kinesiology to emotion code to Reiki to crystal massages, thank you, crystal healing. So that's what would be going on in the treatment rooms. And in the workshop room, again, big range of workshops. And you do a few workshops there, don't you?
Crystal crafting workshops. We've got quite a lot of crafting workshops on at the shop as well. So we have different workshops. Above the shop, there's a beautiful workshop space up there we have weekly meditation classes and workshops. So there's, a lot, something for everyone.
How do people find out about these things, and how do they book?
Well, they can book online. So we have a website and we have the Facebook page, and the Facebook page has really grown. And they're the main ways really that people book. We haven't really had to do any advertising.
Okay.
It's just kind of grown amazingly, organically. And then with the different people, the different therapists and workshop leaders that have come together within the community, obviously they have people that that follow them and that are kind of part of their community. So it's brought all these diverse different people together, and it's amazing. So some of the other things are, we have Kundalini yoga, so there's a lot of chanting in that. We also have kirtan singing. I hold sound baths, spiritual development groups. We've also got things like drumming circles, tarot readers, and then more there's also a lot done with local businesses. So there's a lot of health and well-being's become quite paramount within a lot of local businesses, from small businesses to big businesses. So a lot of the businesses from small to large businesses have actually asked us to go in and do a whole day or days of well-being.
So you actually go to their premises?
Yes, yeah, and provide anything from massages, seated massages in the office, to meditations, to sound baths, to mindfulness. So it's the full spectrum. Yeah. So.
Well, how long have you been doing this, you two?
I've been part of Soul Happy for most part of this year. I think I first got connected with the Soul Happy through going to one of the women's circles. So with Charlene, I think that was a couple of years ago. So I went to one of her circles and was just really inspired by the space that she created there. I then found out about all the amazing range of things that they have going on there. So I work as a crystal healer and make crystal jewellery. So just that connection was made through that, really.
And how did you start in this field? Are there training courses you can do?
Yeah, there's training courses for crystal healing, for Reiki. So I've trained in Reiki and also crystal healing. But it was very much also something I was just drawn to. Growing up as a child, I've always been quite fascinated by crystals. And then as an adult, I just sort of wanted to learn more about them and understand how I could help and empower other people with crystals as well. And a love of craft and arts and combining the two with the jewellery I make. So,
right.
Yeah.
And I gather the two of you have a third member of the team who wasn't able to be with us tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kim. Kim is like the co-founder, or the founder, not co-founder, the founder, managing director extraordinaire.
Yes.
And it was her vision, really. And it was her vision after sort of a family tragedy about 3-4 years ago. And she was working for charities and just had this vision going, I want to do something that can really put something back into the community that I love doing. So she had this vision, set it up, got the Wellbeing Centre, and then just people came in. I came in, I'm just trying to think, August 2017. So just over a couple of years now I've been involved, and it just grew from there. And that's hence then she had this vision of having a shop as well, and then that sort of just came about organically about 9 months ago. And the shop is, yes, there are workshops upstairs, but the whole shop is about everything sustainable and environmental. So it's got everything from crystals to incense to recyclable cups to you name it. It's like, and most of it is from local suppliers. So it's got this real kind of just absolutely set for helping everybody to live a sustainable, happy, healthy life.
Yeah.
So,
Now, one of the things I love about this city is its diversity. And one of my visions is to be able to get communities to meet across the divisions that they have, whether through faith or language or social status or whatever, just for people to come together and find how much they have in common. Do you find that happening in your workshops?
Absolutely, yeah. That's something I love about Soul Happy, is the diversity of not only the events and the workshops, but the people that it attracts. So I work in the shop every Wednesday, and it's amazing the people that I meet just from being in that space, the people that I just wouldn't really meet or make those kinds of connections with on a daily basis. They're just sort of drawn to the shop and curious about it. So we have a sign out the front that just says, if you'd like to come in for a free hug or a cup of tea or a chat, and that just draws in people who are like, is this for real? Like, we can just come in and have a hug and a chat and a cup of tea. It's like, it's almost unheard of, but it really creates, it just breaks down that barrier when someone comes in and you just have a hug and you talk, and we're all human at the end of the day. So
Absolutely.
That's something I love about Soul Happy.
Yeah.
And what I've found as well is that it's really opened me up. So, I'd like to think I was quite worldly, but, we can always learn something new. So meeting all these people, not just the people that come to the workshops, but the other workshop leaders and the therapists, I've learned so much. So it's kind of like it just expands and expands. Is that what you found as well?
Definitely, yeah.
I'm just wondering that there may be some people of religions that feel threatened in some way, or that there's a darkness about some of the activities that you're describing or that are available in the shop.
Yeah, so what we try to do is to be to explain that it's open to everybody in as best way that we can through whichever communication, whether that's through verbal or through Facebook or however it is, that actually not everything will resonate with everybody, but just be open and tolerant of others. And if that thing, whatever it is, a workshop, a treatment or whatever, doesn't resonate with you, then that's okay, because we can all coexist peacefully and harmoniously.
Yes.
But I don't have to, you don't have to be my best buddy. Like, you understand what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So would you say that's...
Yeah, I definitely think it's empowering for each person to explore what resonates with them, yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering, we've got all the major religions represented in Peterborough, whether you are seeing people from Christianity, Islam, Hindu?
Yeah. So we actually have, and I'm just trying to think of the different ones that we have. So we have Dilraj that does the Kundalini yoga and the meditation, and she's of the Sikh faith, I believe, We also have... the Hare Krishnas that do meditation there. We also have more pagan type stuff, so we have tarot circles and things like that. So very, very diverse. Just even if you look at the workshops, you'll see that they're very diverse. So
Right.
yeah.
I wonder what some religious leaders would think about that, but that would be up to them to make comment, and if they wish, they can send messages through. We have a Facebook page where they can come through with live comments.
Yeah.
One of your skills and treatments, and I think you're both qualified in Reiki.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I looked up Reiki on the internet, and the internet tells me the word means mysterious atmosphere, miraculous sign.
Wow.
The actual definition.
What is Reiki?
Well, you're qualified in Reiki too, aren't you? And I'm actually a Reiki master teacher, so I teach the Reiki at Soul Happy, and have been teaching since I think about 2005. And the actual word Reiki is Japanese. The definition is said to mean universal life force energy. So how I kind of explain it to people, it's a bit like there's energy everywhere, kind of a bit like electricity, really. And we all have the ability to help each other and to heal. And in most of us, how I describe it is it's like we're kind of a bit blocked. So having Reiki is almost like, I call it like unblocking the sink.
Okay.
So people come to a course, and before they think, oh, I don't know what this is, I don't know if I can do it. And then by the end of the course, they know, and they see the experience of giving Reiki to people, how people are benefiting. It's a treatment where people are, unlike massage, fully clothed, typically lie on a couch, and it's either a hands-on or hands-off treatment. And again, that's dependent on the person and what's suitable for them and what they wish. And I would say what most people say after having Reiki, having never had it before, is pretty much everybody, wouldn't you say they feel peaceful and relaxed. But it can do so much more. But what I've seen is it helps people mentally, emotionally, spiritually and physically. So great for musculoskeletal issues, pains, through exercise or accidents. Stress, fantastic with any imbalance, any mental imbalances or mental illnesses. But for me, it's just like it can, if it's meant to, it can do everything. That's how I don't know what your feelings are on that.
And this is a great question because I've actually just had a Reiki session with Sonia. So like I'm a prime example right now of what it's like, the post effects of Reiki. And it was like very relaxing. And when you think like we have all of, if you're familiar with the human aura, like we have all of these energetic layers around us. And Reiki is, like you said, the unblocking the sink. It's like helping that flow of energy come back through. And it can just have lots of different effects, from relaxation to more deeper healing things. But I think you explained it really well.
And also not to get kind of too caught up in the ins and outs of it. We kind of don't get caught up in the fact that here we are on radio, and how are we getting the radio? How are the waves coming to us? How does the electricity work? So I usually just kind of say it's a bit like Wi-Fi. It's kind of... It's this kind of, it's this energy that works. There is science behind it, and there's been a really wonderful study recently. There's a very well-known Reiki master in America called William Lee Rand, and he's done a study with 1,400 Reiki appointments, and what they've found using all the research, through the proper scientific research channels, and Harvard looked at it, and they're publishing it in some quite well-known journals, is that even one session of Reiki can help reduce stress. They would have done all the parameters, that they would typically do when measuring scientific research. So so it's great. There's more research coming through.
And you say you're a Reiki master, so you teach others.
Yes.
We have a message on our message board from Julie saying she'd love to be able to offer this service of Reiki to others.
Yes.
How does she train?
So typically, to be trained in Reiki, to be able to offer it to others, there's two levels. The first level is Reiki 1, where people are trained to be able to give Reiki to themselves and to others. And then you'd need to get to a Reiki level 2 to actually be insured and to be able to charge people. Or I think they call that professional when you charge people, isn't it? Or some term like that. So she'd need to do level 1 and 2. And a lot of therapists in all levels are actually doing them. They're actually Reiki now in a lot of care centres, hospitals. They use it a lot at Bristol cancer unit. So it's quite prolific there, and also in the hospices. That was the word I was looking for. They use it a lot in hospices, where it's offered either as a free treatment or so it tends to be a combination where people volunteer to do it, or where they might get paid. Sometimes they have part-time or full-time therapists actually doing that. So
But I guess anyone wants to know more about Reiki or becoming a teacher in Reiki could call into your shop.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Or they could just message us on Facebook or on the website, just at Soul Happy, and someone will get back to them.
Soul Happy Facebook. I had a look at the page earlier. It's fantastic. It's sort of drawing me in. Wonderful. I'd like to move on to crystals. You offer therapies using crystals. What is that about? How does that work?
Okay, so...
And you've brought some samples,
we've got a few crystals with us today. So crystal healing, it works in a similar way to Reiki. And we have different crystals for different parts of the body. So crystals are like geometric, stable structures. And again, they work with different parts of the body. So if you've seen any crystals, like we've got a selection here, like different colours. So the different colours relate to different parts of the body.
Hold them up so we can see.
So that's like a piece of agate.
So just different forms that they can come in. That's obviously been polished and sliced.
Yeah. And then we've got a piece of quartz there. And these are formed like thousands of years under just the perfect conditions, under the perfect pressure, and then they're formed into these geometric three-dimensional structures. And crystals are in so much of our modern technology as well, so it's already something that we're already all working with, and we don't even realise. There's crystals in phones, crystals in televisions. They store data and energy, so they're used a lot in microchips.
This one looks like a little angel.
It is, and that's why we bought it, because we thought you might like it.
So it's a natural crystal.
Yeah, that's amethyst, but obviously it's been shaped into the shape of an angel. It didn't come out of the earth like that, unfortunately.
All right.
And this one is just a form of how you can use use wire to create jewellery, and I think you've got a piece on.
I've got a piece on as well. This is one that I've made with a crystal and wrapped it so that I can wear it. Okay. This is what I love about crystals. If there's one that people are particularly drawn to, it's nice to have them around the home. Like, they just have this positive energy about them, and they're lovely things. Like, for thousands of years, humans have loved to adore crystals and have them around them and wear them, and sort of hold them as sacred objects with sort of magical powers and good luck and talismans and all kinds of things. So we can also use them in healing sessions, and by putting them on the body, they emit these different energies, and again, it can have all kinds of different effects, from relaxation to rebalancing, aligning, just helping us get back to our centre. Sometimes when you feel a bit off, like, it can be anything from day-to-day life, stresses, work, different emotions. Crystals help to just bring us back into alignment.
Can I just interject here? Because I thought it might be fun to bring a few fun facts about crystals to people that they may not be aware of.
Okay.
So the first one, and Nicole mentioned it earlier, was about crystals being in our technology. So, a lot of people think of crystals as being a bit woo-woo, what's all that about? Those funny crystal things, what do they do? However, I can guarantee, she says, hopefully, that people won't go 24 hours without touching a crystal, because they are pretty much in every smartphone, in every TV, they're often in radios, they're in clocks, they're in watches. And the reason is, and you might be able to pronounce this better than me, is it piezoelectric. So the crystals, quartz particularly, which we've got, which are the quartz ones here? I can't see. And the amethyst is a quartz, isn't it, as well? And the agate is a quartz as well. They generate a voltage, and so it actually helps enhance what's happening, and that's why they use them in all these devices. So they actually kind of generate electricity, don't they, and charge electricity. So it's quite amazing that people just think, a little bit of crystal. So if you can do that, and we're reliant on that for our smartphones and everything else, then what can it actually do to us by connecting with the crystals? So so that was the first fun fact. So next one, and this is a question for you, see if you can answer it. How many different crystals occur naturally on the Earth? Any idea?
I think I would have to say it's in the thousands.
Yeah, they say about 4,000. But there are, aren't there, Nicole, quite a number which are otherworldly from outer space.
Yeah, also ones that have come from meteorites and different planets, different minerals and compounds. Yeah,
and
it's incredible.
Moldavite's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah, Moldavite, tektites. Yeah.
And the other link that people will be aware of is, and this goes back thousands of years, what happens when we see the Queen or anybody else, on ceremony? What have they got? A crown on them. What's the crown filled with? Jewels. Yes. And so, it goes back through history with this link to crystals. So again, and the other one was that especially the Egyptian pharaohs, and we know they go back to, I think it's 3,000, 4,000 BC, isn't it? Yeah. Is that they were buried with the crystals, and it was part of their ceremony. So it's been connected to the earth and humans' existence for thousands and thousands of years. Okay. So a few fun facts.
Thank you. Well, now coming up this weekend is your crystalline immersion weekend.
Yes,
there's free entry to this weekend of all things crystal.
Yes.
So first of all, when and where is it?
So it is at the Soul Happy Shop, which is 13 Westgate, just in Queensgate, from 11 till 5 this Saturday the 28th and Sunday the 29th. Free entry, just turn up and immerse yourself in all things crystal.
So you can come and go at any time between 11
yes.
and 5?
Yeah, come and drop in and explore,
Yeah, and it just to sort of give you a bit of background, it came about because I was kind of guided to create a crystal bed, and you actually have one of the crystals from the bed here. which is agate.
Yeah.
And I thought, do you know what? It would actually be, and I wanted to, provide treatments. Obviously, they're paid treatments, but I wanted to get people to connect it to crystals. So obviously, we had Nicole, that's a crystal healer. So I chatted to Nicole and said, should we put something together that we can give back to the community? And that's what we came up with, didn't we?
What if I'm a bit nervous about this and what it's going to do to me? Can I try it safely?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. Or you can just come and watch. Come and have a cup of tea and sit down, have a chat with us, and if you want to try some of the things we've got on offer, like the elixirs, like creating little manifesting
like crystal grids
and trying water that's sprays
infused,
and water that's been infused with crystals. So come along and try all that, or come along, let someone else try it and watch them if you're a bit nervous.
It sounds fantastic.
We like to think so, don't we?
I think it's going to be great.
We're very excited about it,
I think if people are just curious as well, it's good just to come along and even just talk about crystals, just to see what you're drawn to.
And also, they'll get to have a look around the shop and see some of the other things in the shop. And if they've got any questions about all the other things that we do at Soul Happy and are just curious about some of the other workshops and just want to have a chat with somebody, don't want to just sort of turn up, just want to have a chat and find out about it.
Well, thank you very much. A big thank you to Nicole and Sonia from Soul Happy for sharing your ideas and your plans for making Peterborough a happier place, for fulfilling our souls with all sorts of ranges of treatments, both at your wellbeing centre and in the workshops you run, and at your shop where you've got a free weekend coming up this weekend. It's time for me to draw to close for the half-time adverts. A big thank you to Nicole and Sonia from Soul Happy, but do stay tuned to meet our next guest and learn more about Peterborough life and how people are working across the city to improve Peterborough for everyone. We're just going to take a short break now for the adverts.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Welcome back to Salam Radio on 106.2 FM and online at salamradio.co.uk. This is Adrian Holdstock presenting Community Matters, the radio show for all communities in Peterborough and beyond. My second pair of guests tonight have other approaches for helping people and events coming up over this weekend. We've got Mel and Sarah. Welcome to you both.
Hi, Adrian.
Hello, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Mel, let's start with you. I gather you run an organisation or an activity called Mellow Therapies.
It's an event that I'm holding on Saturday, so it's for the
right.
Brain Tumour Charity. It's just a one-off event that I'm doing.
I see, okay. And I think there's a sad story behind your involvement in this.
There is, yes. My dad passed away of a brain tumour, actually 8 years to the day. It was last week that it was his anniversary. And I wanted to do something for the charity because obviously they're doing so much research and obviously trying to find out how to catch brain tumours earlier and so forth. So I wanted to do something to help that. So that's why I decided to do the wellbeing event for the Brain Tumour Charity.
Oh, that's wonderful. What do we know about brain tumours?
That's a very good question. There's so much we don't know. I think that's an easier question.
Is it?
I mean, there's just so much research going on. When you read about it, about the research that they're trying to do, basically, you know, they're testing new drugs, they're testing new things, and obviously coming out and seeing if they can do earlier tests to see whether they can catch anything or whether there's anything that's genetic. Most cases it isn't, but obviously in some cases, if there's a gene there, then obviously that could possibly carry through the family.
What of all of those activities does the Brain Tumour Charity get involved with?
They're not actually getting involved in the day, obviously, apart from, you know, supplying everything for the charity. The actual events that are going on are being actually organised by local therapists, and the crafting stalls and the wellbeing stalls are actually stall holders from Peterborough and the surrounding area, or actually there's a couple coming from Lincoln, but they're coming to give their time up to obviously raise money for the charity.
Indeed,
so there's lots
yes.
of different activities.
I was just trying to explore what avenues of expenditure the charity looked into. Are they into medical research, or are they family support? Or
it's mainly medical research,
Okay.
although they do a little bit of family support, but it's mainly medical research. It's finding ways on how they can either beat the disease or prevent it from, you know, developing so quickly.
Indeed. So tell us about some of these events that are coming up.
Right, okay. Well, on the actual event, the event will be open at 11 a.m. We will have things there. We're having talks, so we're having talks on well-being, like hypnotherapy. We're having classes, which are basically like laughter yoga, which isn't like normal yoga. You don't lay on your back and start laughing. It's about breathing exercises and learning how to laugh, and obviously get the serotonin going in your brain and making you more cheerful and happier. There's all crafting stalls. We've got card making stalls, crocheting stalls, stall sells bath bombs. We've got jewellery making stalls, and workshops. There's a bit of everything for everybody, really, to be honest.
Now, you mentioned it opens at 11 o'clock, but let me be sure, it's on Saturday?
Saturday the 28th, yes.
This coming Saturday?
It is, yeah.
And where is it?
It's at the Queen Catherine Academy at Mount Stephen Avenue, and that's in Walton.
Okay.
So basically, if you go down Bushes Boulevard and you go past Morrison's and you go a bit further to the next roundabout and turn to your right, halfway down, there's an enormous academy. You can't miss it. It looks like it's built out of Lego. It's blue. It's very big and it's very blue.
It's very bright.
And it's very bright. You can't miss it. So there's car parking for 300 cars. So no need to worry about parking. There's loads of parking there. It's all free, and it's for a very worthwhile cause. It's £3 entry, and children under 16 can get in free of charge as well.
All right. And it opens at 11 o'clock, and how long is it open for?
It finishes at 4 p.m.
Okay.
So all our stall holders and all our classes will finish at 4. So it's on for about 5 hours. So enough time to fill your day, and lots going on for everybody.
Goodness, wow. Now, I looked at your list. It's a tremendous list of a variety of different stalls that are coming. And 2 of them caught my eye. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this question, but what on earth is a homemade bath bomb?
A homemade bath bomb. It's basically... Oh, no, you've got me now. It's basically a cosmetic that's in the shape of a ball. Yeah. And it's made with lots of natural ingredients, as well as obviously a fizzing agent.
Salt base,
yeah, it's a bar salt base, yes, and Epsom salts as well. Salts, yeah. And it's basically, they come in different fragrances, and you can put them in the bath, and they fizz.
Oh,
you'd love it, Adrian. We'll bring you one in.
I only have showers.
Oh.
And the other one, what is laughter yoga?
Okay, laughter yoga is a form of exercise for mindfulness. Basically, what actually happens is you're learning, it's more about breathing. It's similar to normal yoga, but basically it's learning about breathing and about releasing. So obviously if you've had a very stressful day or you suffer from stress or anxiety, it's a great stress and anxiety reliever. So what you do is you do different activities, and then obviously you're learning how to breathe whilst laughing. The laughing is part of the exercise. So obviously if you're quite stressed, and then you're breathing in, and then you let it go, and you laugh in different ways, so that basically you learn how to you just learn how to release the stress, really. I'm not really the best person to ask about that, because I don't run the laughter yoga classes.
You know an awful lot more than
I
do.
have been to a few, so that's why I can tell you what I can.
I've never been, so I can't. I'll just sit here and listen to you.
I gather you're going to go along to this event,
I am.
Sarah.
I'm coming along, for some moral support and try a few of these things out, I think. And the sound bath, you like that one as well, Mel? I'm definitely coming for the sound bath.
So if people were to come in the morning at 11 o'clock, there's food on as well?
There's food, yeah. We're catering for all tastes. We've got, when Polly met Fergie, who are vegan based in town, they have the restaurant down Westgate, but they also have a little cart as well, which they're coming along and obviously selling their food. We have the pink potato pod.
That's my favourite. That's what I'm coming for, Adrian, potato.
The pink potato pod.
That's right, jacket potatoes. And then we have Tracy from the Happy Community Cafe that's based in I normally, and she'll be doing teas, coffees and cakes.
Wonderful. Let's just remind ourselves, it's this Saturday. It's from 11 o'clock until 4 p.m. There's free parking. There's just a £3 entry for adults. Children go in for free. And it's at I can't remember.
The Queen Catherine Academy in Mount Stephen Avenue in Walton in Peterborough.
Wonderful, Mel. Thank you. We might come back to you. But let me turn to Sarah, because you've got an event on Sunday.
I have, yep. We're tag teaming. Mel's coming to my event as well.
Right. So tell me about your event.
Right, okay, so my event's for Sue Ryder, Thorpe Hall Hospice. It's the second event I've done for them. I did a ladies' pamper night last year, and lots of ladies come along. Basically, similar to Mel's event, we have lots of involvement from local businesses in the community, and we did make sort of like pedicure, manicure, facials, massage, lots of different things. This one's similar to Mel's. We've got the wellness and crafts and gift side of things, but we've also got a bridal sale and a bridal sort of catwalk as well. And again, similar to Mel's, we've got lots going on. There's going to be makeup and hair demos and stuff. We've got psychic readers, oracle readers, lots of different stalls locally, and we've got wedding related stalls as well, so photographers, floristry, cake people, something for everyone really.
Right. So this is raising money for Sue Ryder Thorpe Hall Hospice?
Yep.
But you're not holding it there?
No, we're holding it at the Bull Hotel in Peterborough, so it's central. So if you're popping into town on Sunday and you're coming to do some shopping or for a bite of lunch, you can pop in. Ours starts at 10 o'clock, so you can come in, and once you've paid your couple of pounds entry fee, you can always, if there's like a demo or a catwalk, you want to come back and check that out later on, you're more than welcome. Once you've paid to get in and you've got your sticker, you can come back in later on.
That's wonderful. We have had Thorpe Hall Hospice come and talk to us about the work, the wonderful work they do.
Yeah, I love Thorpe Hall. My mum got married there about 14 years ago now.
Okay.
And obviously that's quite close to my heart. My nan had dementia. And there's various other illnesses in the family, so it's to have somewhere like that. My nan lived sort of 60, 70 miles away, so she didn't have that facility. She was just in hospital in the latter part of her life. Obviously hospitals are not very nice, but Sue Ryder, what they offer, it's not just a 20-bed palliative care facility. Obviously they branch out to the wider community as well. They do bereavement care, they do so much with that, and obviously everything's in-house, but they have to raise 2/3 of their funding every year. So it's very important that people get behind them. I know they've got a presence on the high street with the shops, but obviously you could go and help fundraise. Everyone can do their bit. So it is quite important, and it's close to my heart, and I've been and worked on another project with them there since as well as my pamper party.
Okay.
So
Tell us about that project.
Well, I sat on the fundraising team. So after I did my pamper party, I did make a promise that I had a certain figure in my mind. So when it came to going back, obviously with all the money and everything that I'd raised, they said, "Oh, do you want to come back and help on a fundraising event?" And we basically all sat round a table and we picked apart other people's and their literature that they send out, and then, what's the pros of it? How can we change it? How can we make it more readable, more attractive? So I went and helped with that as well.
Wonderful.
And they're a lovely bunch of people there. I've been and
Okay.
met some of the staff and even some of the patients that are there. It's definitely home from home, and people do work there for the love of the job, which it's really nice.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see myself, I run a church, and therefore I have occasional church members or other people in the community that are in their last
Well, they have a chapel
days.
and stuff there, don't they? I've
Yes,
been and
they
looked
do.
around the memory tree, and obviously where you can buy the leaf and put it on the board in the hall and stuff, and you can go back, and I think that is quite nice. And there's a coffee shop there as well as a shop and the Thorpe Hall, so there is a lot that they do.
Surely.
It's really good, yeah.
And I think some people think that hospices are just for people who are in their last days having cancer.
Yeah, no,
But you
it's not
mentioned
all
dementia.
about that. Yeah, it's dementia as well, obviously, and I think they can go there for like respite and stuff as well.
Yes.
And obviously they do in-home care as well. There's a lot of other things where they kind of branch out to the wider community. So yeah, they are quite a presence, and they do need supporting.
And you mentioned they do weddings there?
They do weddings. My mum got married there, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and we had all the photos in the back. It was raining on the day. It was September, quite a few years ago now. But they have a room all laid out, and obviously they have a celebrant or someone come in. And obviously when I went back last year, it was very different to what I remember. But they'd since had a refurbishment. They've even they allow pets and stuff in, so if you're there for a stay, you can take your pets. When I went round last year, a lady was having a birthday, they were having a barbecue, they take their pets, they have the doors open in their rooms. It's very home from home. And it's not cold and sterile like you would expect, like in a hospital. I know when I've been in hospitals, I'm sort of like, I don't like the smell, and do you know what I mean? I feel horrific. But when I've been there, it's not got that sterile, get me out of here kind of smell. And the people are just so upbeat, they're just lovely, and they do their jobs for the love of the job.
Sure.
Most definitely. Nice people.
Also, you can visit the place and use the cafe.
You can, yeah. Obviously, they've got a shop on site. They sell everything a Sue Ryder shop would sell, with flowers. They've got a cafe, a coffee shop. So obviously, it's nice to go back. Obviously, because you make memories there with the person, obviously in the latter part of their life, or whatever. But they do encourage people to go back because it's a memory, isn't it? And obviously you can buy a leaf which gets put on the memory tree on the wall. So obviously if you've got that as well, and you've got memories, and you want to go back and reminisce with people, and thank you for helping and being a rock when you need the rock. So yeah, it's quite nice as well.
So what prompted you to organise this particular event on Sunday?
Well, I'd done one last year.
Okay.
And obviously I could have gone bigger, but it was in a village hall, and I did really well, and it was received really well, and it was brilliant. We had the bar open, there was kitchen, there was cake, everybody was drinking, they got free Prosecco, they got a goodie bag and everything else. So I thought I'd like to do another one, but I don't really like to plan long term. I'm all about the short term sort of goal, so I give myself 4 weeks to do this one and just hammer it out.
Gosh.
4 weeks. I love a challenge.
Right.
So I graft.
Anyone who needs a project manager,
call me.
this instant,
Yeah, hire me.
call Sarah.
I do event planning as well. I've helped brides with their weddings. That's what I also do. My background's sort of like in sort of like marketing and account management and stuff like that. And I love lists and diaries and pens. If you have a diary or a notebook, I'm the first one to lift it if I like a pen. So yeah, I love my lists and my diaries and stuff. So I'm hot on planning. So when I've done this, no, but I do love dabbling. Okay. If someone come to me and said, "Can you do this?" I like a challenge, so I will take it on and I will run with it and I'll make it 100% success.
Wonderful.
Yeah, 100% money back guarantee.
This is being held at the Bull Hotel
in Peterborough. Yeah.
In Peterborough, in Westgate.
Westgate in Peterborough.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to get a different sort of people. Different sort of, different, because before we did it in a village, so it was quite small, and it was an evening event. So again, this is slightly different. We've gone with a nice venue because it's got a wedding twist. I thought if we have a nice venue, then it'll attract different people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with it being quite central, you've got buses, you've got trains, and we've got a few businesses coming from out of town as well. So if you're coming in to go shopping, just pop in for an hour or so, have a browse, have your tarot cards read, buy something lovely, and then you can always pop back. And the Bull do some nice dinners. Roast dinners on Sundays pretty good at the Bull. Or afternoon tea, that's my favourite with cakes.
How did you get on with the Bull Hotel? Are they very helpful?
I love the Bull Hotel. I actually do exams there ad hoc. And I know the young lady who works in the events team. We've known each other a couple of years, so she's great. I've been there this afternoon, sort of laying down the laws and setting out all the tables and lifting and shifting. And she's like, "Oh, I love that you're hands on and you're moving everything and you know what you're doing." I said, "Oh yeah, I do. I'm a grafter," sort of like nose down and go for it. So yeah, she's loving it. She's a young lass. We have real good rapport, so that's great. Yeah.
And I think just as you're going to Mel's event on Saturday, Mel, you're going to Sarah's event on Sunday?
I will. I'm a therapist there. I'm actually
She's going to be doing some treatments.
I'm going to be doing some Indian head massage.
I'm probably going to Mel's. I was too late to get a stall, but because we sort of hooked up, cross paths a bit later on. But I'm going for the jacket potatoes and the shoving and bossing people around and maybe touting my event the following day. But yeah, I'll be making a tea and mopping her brow, making sure she's all right.
Well, so you're qualified to do Indian head massage?
I'm a qualified holistic therapist, yes.
Ah, gosh. Because just earlier in the programme we were talking about Reiki and crystal therapy.
Yep.
And now Indian head massage.
Yep. And I'm a Reiki therapist as well.
Ah, gosh.
So she can do Reiki for you, Adrian. You need to come along to our events. You'd leave so relaxed. You'll be so relaxed.
Wow.
I can do your hair and makeup, and obviously Adrian doesn't want to be drag queen, but I can do makeup, I can do your hair, I can do pedicure, manicure, and then she can give you Reiki and
massage. I can do reflexology, aromatherapy. I do aromatherapy.
£3 to get into our events, a couple of pound donation for me, £5 or £6, and you're sorted, Adrian. You're good to go. Keep you nice and chilled.
What would I do for the rest of the week?
You'd have to rest.
You'd just have to relax.
You'd be so relaxed.
Yeah, you would be chilled.
Yeah. You'd have not a care in the world. You'd be sitting there with your feet up, thinking, "Oh, loving this."
What are you going to look forward to? You go to this event at the Bull Hotel. Yes, you'll be busy doing Indian head massage, but are you going to keep an eye open for some of the other stalls?
If I've got time, I'll certainly have a mooch around and see what's at Sarah's do. I mean, the last event I did back in April, that was my intention with the person that was organising it, but I was so busy all night, I never got a chance to go around any of the stalls. So I'm hoping for a small gap that I can nip away from my stall and have a nosy. And
there's a lot going on, and I've got different areas as well. So it's we've got the quiet area at the back for the quiet folk. And then we've got a bit of hustle and bustle. We've got bridal on one side where they can come and try on the gowns, and we can draw the curtains so they can try on. We've got hair and makeup demos and stuff. There's something for everyone. So
let's learn a little bit more about the bridal gowns, because it says on your flyer here, a designer clearance sale, buy off the peg.
Buy off the peg, yep. Bargains.
Ellis Bridal and various other names here.
And Zawani.
Evening
Yeah.
gowns from £50.
Yeah, basically my mum had a bridal shop in Whittlesea for nearly a decade, but sadly she was poorly and she was made redundant. That was sort of like her baby, if you like. So she had to let the shop go recently. So basically I've taken that under my wing because she wasn't very well. So now we're winding the business down for her. So on Saturday, I'm selling your
Sunday.
gig Sunday. I've got Saturday on the
Sunday
brain. I'm
is
so
the
sorry,
Bull
Mel.
Hotel.
I'm bringing all my gowns to your do, and I'm going to flog them. I'll be strutting up and down with all of them. So yeah, on the Sunday, obviously we've got a bridal corner. So they'll all be laid out, all priced up, and we'll have a catwalk as well, or two, so they can come along and buy off the peg. Designer gowns, something for evening. We've got little kids gowns, we've got tea-length gowns. So if you're going to the races or cocktails or ball, or we've got something for everyone. And also I've harassed a few people, and we've got a few more gowns donated by Sue Ryder, which have been and sort of snatched out of the shop. Can I have those? I'll sell them. And they're like, okay, have them. I also on Friday I went over to the Hampton Sue Ryder, and I've been trying to locate a 5+ foot giant teddy bear for one of my raffles, and I managed to commandeer a 5.5 foot monkey. So I rang my mum and I said, Mum, I need a lift. Can you come and pick me up? I've got to pick something up from Sue Ryder. My mum knows I'm a bit out there. I'm a bit out the box. So we pulled up outside Hampton. She was like, what are you getting? Because she knows I'm looking for a new dining table at the moment. She must have thought, I'm not going to get a table in that car. She's only got a mini. And I walked out with the shop manager, Laura, with this 5.5 foot monkey under my armpit. She's like, what are you doing with that? I said, it's going in your car. It's for my do. So, yeah, we've got a 5.5 foot monkey on the raffle, and we've got some really good raffle prizes. We've got 2 photo shoots been donated. We've got flowers. We've got bridal hair and makeups. We've got meals for 2 from a local restaurant. We've got afternoon tea for 2 from the Bull Hotel. We've got loads of things, haircuts, something for everyone really, and also the stall holders have donated as well.
And we've got a raffle as well with some fabulous prizes. I just thought I'd get that
it's
in there.
worth
Sarah.
coming just for the raffle. If you're getting married and you want a cheap dress and you want to win your photo shoot and you want to win your hair, come on, what you got to lose?
And if you want an overnight stay in a hotel, you can come to my do and win that
that's
as a
what
prize.
I'm coming for. Yeah, I want the overnight stay. I'm just trying to shift this 5.5 foot monkey out of my lounge.
I don't know if you met my first guests. They were going out as you were coming in.
I didn't see them, no.
They're from Soul Happy.
Oh, I've seen, I don't know the guys from there, but I've heard about it.
Yeah. Well, they've got open weekend this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So people are going to be busy.
It's a busy weekend to feel well and get pampered.
Yeah. We're getting towards the end of our time. Let's do a reminder. Your event, Mel?
My event is on Saturday for the Brain Tumour Charity, and it's a wellness and craft event, and it's at the Queen Catherine Academy in Mount Stephen Avenue in Walton, and it finishes at 4 p.m. and admission is £3, and children can get in free under 16.
So that's Saturday, and then on Sunday.
And Sunday you can come along to our, obviously in support of Sue Ryder Thorpe Hall Hospice. 10 a.m. We're a bit earlier start on a Sunday. Everyone's probably still in bed at that time. But 10 till 3. I nearly got confused with your times then. I'm like, what time's mine? I can't remember. I've been touting Mel's as well, so I'm like, I don't even know what date it is today. I'm lost. So yeah, ours is 10 till 3, bridal and wellness, something for everybody. We're saying a £2 to £3 donation, and you get a sticker. You can come and go as you like. You can buy a raffle ticket. You can look round, win some fabulous prizes, give to a good cause, and take home my 5.5 foot monkey, and maybe a photo shoot.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And get your hair and makeup done. You can have demos and stuff as well, if they want to come and have a play with stuff like that. Or Mel can give you a head massage. Come on, Adrian, are we not selling it to you yet?
Well, Sunday morning I might be rather busy.
Right, okay. Well, afternoon.
Yes.
Come over, we'll buy you lunch. We'll take half an hour tea break and we'll buy you tea.
Or if you come on Saturday, you can have a jacket spud.
Yeah, we can sit at the back with the pink potato pod, and we can all have jacket potatoes together. Whoa.
Wow.
Great fun.
It really does sound, and the energy that you bring, and it's not only for your own sense of fulfilment, but for really good causes with the Brain Tumour Charity and the Thorpe
Sue
Hall
Ryder,
Hospice.
yeah, amazing.
Thank you. Mel.
Thank you, Adrian.
And Sarah, so much for sharing this exciting weekend that we've got coming up.
Thank you.
I also want to say thank you for our earlier guests, Nicole and Sonia from Soul Happy. We're getting close to the time that we have to say farewell tonight. That's all we have time for on Community Matters. But do remember, you are the community that matters. Wherever you are, we'd like everybody to be a community that lives in peace and harmony. So from me, Adrian Holdstock, Salam, Shalom, Namaste, and the peace of God to you all. Good night.